A gut-wrenching story. It was in the major media over the last few days, especially the New York Post had a great article here about 10 kids, some as young as 2 years old, sexually tortured with shock collars while being held captive in an Alabama bunker in a multi-year sex trafficking ring. You can't believe this story. Kids as young as 2 years old were held captive in Alabama in a bunker for 3 years and sexually tortured through the use of things like animal shock collars, a horrific chain of events. And people have to recognize, the traffic is stopping at the border. There are more cases of domestic human trafficking than at the border. And that dynamic is changing. Now that Trump has closed it for the second time, we can turn our attention to these issues. And I'm going to get into some of the warning signs for sex trafficking out there. But 7 suspects were arrested as part of this ring. And 3 family members, 2 mothers whose children were trapped and abused in the basement, the New York Post was reporting. This is incredible. They gave the kids white powder in their drinks before bringing them to clients who would pay up to $1,000 to have sex with the children. Now, I guess these are allegations at this point. It sounds like it's true. The selected children would be tied up. I can't even get into it. We're sick to our stomach. So how timely was this, CPAC, International Summit on Human Trafficking? And they've made great strides. I've got some incredible data for you. There's 27.5 million people worldwide who are being trafficked, whether it's through sex trafficking or forced labor. 77% of all victims are in forced labor, and 23% are in sex trafficking. 57% are men and boys. 43% are women and girls. And within the sex trafficking trade, 78% are women and girls and 22% are men. 92% are adults and 8% are children.